Warriors are peculiar in 2023. Their days of domination seem to be coming to an end. That's not a metaphor. I want to emphasize they're odd this season, and I mean that in the most serious way possible, because I've been paying close attention to the NBA for over 20 years. I can tell you that there are things happening today that I never in a million years imagined I'd see. Stranger things seem rather regular to these men. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? The Warriors now have a 500 record with 36 wins and 36 losses for the season. And although it isn't out of the ordinary, simply compare their home field record to their away field record to see how they do. Your eyes are tricking you. That much is certain. They presently have a record of 7-29 when they play at Chase Center. I'm going to expand both of them to 82 games to contrast what it would mean if they could be maintained for a complete season to demonstrate how ridiculous these figures are. Hence, based on their home games, they are equivalent to a 65-win squad. And that's a fairly impressive record. And to show how exceptional this is, I'll use some information from Champions or Chumps. Just observe this. Just 21 of the more than 1,000 teams that have competed in the NBA since its founding in 1946 has ever gone on to win 65 games in a season. 15 of the 21 teams have gone on to win titles. This indicates that the Warriors are not just effective at home this season, but also somewhat legendary. It's reasonable to argue that the Warriors would have a solid chance of winning the NBA championship this season if they played every game at home. I think that is ridiculous. Let's go on to the other side of the coin. The away games, even if some may fiercely disagree with the data's findings. They are 7-29 respectively while playing away from home, as I have said. And in 82 games, it would translate to a 16-win squad. A 16-win group. My French is terrible, but holy cow. I'm about to reveal something to you that will astound you. The Detroit Pistons, the league's poorest club this season, have 16 victories so far, and are on pace to win 18 games overall. This implies that the Warriors are awful enough while they are on the road to have the highest chances of selecting Victor Wembanyama in the 2023 draft. Well, it is just plain awful in my opinion. Additionally, only 31 teams in NBA history have had 16 wins or less, thanks to champs or chumps. Speaking of bad, how can a squad be this good and this poor at the same time? Is it not the most bizarre thing you have ever seen? Never before have I seen such stark contrasts. Never. Also, Steph Curry didn't play more home games than away games. The two-time MVP has played in 4 more away games than at home as of right now. However, if you thought that was extraordinary, then the following item will astound you, okay? So Jordan Poole has been a bit of a mystery this season, and this is what I'm referring to. Whether there are any baddies in the crowd or not makes little difference to any of the other players in the league. Steph, Klay, Looney, and LeBron James, who is 38 years old, are present. As you can see, whether or not there are gorgeous women in the crowd has no impact on their performance. When there are at least 10 baddies sitting courtside or a few rows up, his statistics show that he averages 41 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists per game on 60-50-99 shooting splits. He is superior to Steph Curry at his absolute best form from the year 2016. It's very crazy right now. He has effectively evolved into a cheat code for these games. Oh, and before I forget, he doesn't give the ball over and ends up being a contender for Defensive Player of the Year. He becomes so excellent on these nights that he might curse at the referee without being penalized for a technical. And, observe the opponent's expressions when there are a lot of baddies about the court. These players are aware that on certain occasions they have absolutely nothing on Jordan Poole. He physically becomes unguardable, giving them the appearance that their souls are being drained out of them. Well, okay, I'm just joking for those of you who took it seriously. I made everything up. But based on Reddit forums, there could be some truth behind it. So let's return to reality for a while. It won't be as amusing this time. Well, it's going to be a little depressing since odd things are occurring to Warriors players. You know, it seems like this occurred just yesterday. I never in a million years imagined that 1 year from now, one would regress to playing like a G League player and the other would go completely MIA. These two are now rivaling the hit Netflix series Bank Heist in terms of popularity. They both just received contracts for $100 million apiece. And now this. Jordan Poole will be our first stop. We all recall what he was able to accomplish and what he accomplished during the playoffs last year, even when facing playoff caliber defenses. The Poole party nonetheless scored 17 points per game on 51% field goal. 39% three-point, and 91.5% free throw shooting. But in the regular season this year, those percentages fell to 43% from the field, 33% from three, and 87% from the free throw line. He's been losing on all fronts. And so, I kinda have to say this about the pool party. As much as it hurts me to say it, he doesn't play defense and has a low percentage of turnovers this season. It's hard for me to believe that I just put all three of those things together in one sentence. Regressing in this way after winning a championship is not indicative of the Warriors' culture. Anyway, let's get to Andrew Wiggins now. I've watched the NBA for many years, and I've never seen a player take as much time off for private reasons as Andrew Wiggins has. Even in Ben Simmons' instance, we all knew he wasn't going to play. Wiggins, though, is not Simmons. He played his final game on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, which is probably where those unfounded rumors originated. He's been MIA, or missing in action, since the day before Valentine's Day, although he should still be in good enough health to play at a high level. If it were injury-related, the media should be made aware of it. Otherwise, it can't be. I understand that life is more important than basketball, and I'm not advocating that he be forced to return, but I find it odd that there is absolutely no timetable for when or if he will return. And the crazy thing is, the Warriors are struggling for seeding at the moment. If they've already clinched the playoffs, that's a different story, but they're struggling, and yet there have been no words at all to the public. And it seems like the front office doesn't know either. This reminds me of the whole Kawhi Leonard 2019 offseason situation, where he wouldn't tell a soul which team he was going to, so as a result, they even had helicopters tracking him down. But returning to Wiggins, the fact remains that the Warriors have little chance of winning anything this year without Wiggins. As we all already know, they stand to lose a lot, including more than $200 million in luxury tax. But with him and Gary Payton II in the lineup, they have a chance to win again. This year's Warriors have a lot of talent, but there are also a lot of unanswered questions. With the Golden State Warriors of 2023, something strange is occurring. We hope you found it insightful and thought-provoking. We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the matter. Do you think the Warriors' era of dominance is over, or do they still have what it takes to continue their winning ways? What do you think are the factors that could contribute to their success or downfall? Please leave a comment down below and let us know your perspective. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Thank you once again for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.